What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building, man. And today, I got a very special build lined up for y'all today, man. I got the 3 and D point, and I'm telling you, with this build, it is going to be very special. I got 2 different versions, so you are definitely going to want to stick through. Now, if you have not already, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new to the Rich Gang, as well as any new supporters. Y'all go ahead and turn on those post notifications so y'all can catch when I upload every single day. And one more thing, if you can, go ahead and spam that like button, y'all. It helps me out so much and I would truly appreciate it. Now, the 3 and D point, y'all already know that I did not want to make a build that is going to be limited when it comes to animations. So I made it really well, and honestly, you're going to be very surprised at what the stats are going to look like when it's all said and done. So let's go ahead and get into the making first. Go ahead and put this under the point guard position. Now, when it comes to the height, the weight, and the wingspan, it really comes down to your preference. But with mine, I'm going to be going with 6'7". The weight is going to be 183. And then when it comes to the wingspan for this build, the first version is going to be 6'10". Now let's go ahead and get into the making of the first version. When it comes to the finishing side of things, what you want to go ahead and do is max out your driving layup, but go ahead and put this to a 94. You don't actually want to put it all the way to a 95, because if you do, it changes up the build name. Now, when it comes to the driving dunk, put this to a 92, and then the post control is going to go all the way up to a 79. 16 badges right there, so honestly, in my opinion, pretty well balanced. Now, when it comes to the shooting, go ahead and put both the mid-range to an 82, but right here, you could go ahead and max out the three-pointer to a 91. Now, when it comes to the free throw, go ahead and put this to a 71, or you could raise this. It really comes down to your preference. With the playmaking side, go ahead and put the pass accuracy to a 77. Then when it comes to the ball handle, go ahead and put this to a 79 and not anything over. Then when it comes to the speed with ball, go ahead and put this to an 87, and then there, you're going to have 13 badges on the shooting and 11 for the playmaking. Now, when it comes to the defensive side of things, y'all, you know this is where it gets serious. Go ahead and max out your perimeter defense at a 95. Steal is going to go up to a 52. Block is going to be an 82, and then when it comes to the defensive rebound, go ahead and put this to an 89, and then the offensive rebound is going to be up to a 69. That's going to give you 20 badges right there, so honestly, it's going to be very well set when it's all said and done, especially with this batch count. Then when it comes to the physicals, we're going to be able to max out the speed, acceleration. Then our vertical is going to be a 91 with a 60 stamina. Really well balanced between the physicals as well. And honestly, it's going to be very OP once you grind this build out and get it to 99. So again, this is going to be the first version. So go ahead and feel free to change anything if you want to. But let's go ahead and get into the second version and what I would make. With the first one, you can get a 99 3-ball. That is pretty nice. But with this one, let's go ahead and check out what it's going to look like with the 7'4 wingspan. So when it comes to the driving layup, this is going to be a 94. Driving dunk, 94 as well. So we already get all of the contact dunks off rip. All you got to do is get it to a 96 overall for that 95 and you're good. Then when it comes to the post control, put this to a 77 and we still maintain the 16 badges. The only difference, and that is going to be a huge difference when it comes to this build, is going to be the 3-point shot from an 84. But with my preference, I like the longer wingspan. So again, if you want to go ahead and put on the shorter one, that is definitely okay. We still maintain the 13 badges on the shooting. And as you can see, when it comes to the playmaking, we also maintain the 11. Now let's go ahead and check out the difference when it comes to the defense. Of course, we still maintain the 95 perimeter defense. Block is actually going to be all the way maxed out to a 93. And then when it comes to the defensive rebound, go ahead and put this all the way up to a 95 and bring up the offensive to a 70. And then right here, we're going to have 24 badges. The only difference right here is that the steal is not going to be touched at all. Now, when it comes to the physicals, go ahead and max out the speed as well as the acceleration. Then when it comes to the vertical, go ahead and put this to a 91 with a 60 stamina. And on top of that, y'all, you could go ahead and put the extra stat on the offensive rebound, and everything looks pretty nice right here. 16, 13, 11, and 24. I honestly like this version of the build much more better just because we get extra badges on the defensive side and a longer wingspan. But the other one, you do get only 4 less badges on the defensive side. And on top of that, we will be getting a 99 3-ball when it's all said and done when it comes for the first version. Now, On the playmaking side of things, everything is going to maintain the same, so that's going to be very good as well. Defense is going to be a little bit better right here in my opinion. But as you can see, when it comes to the takeovers, we get the slashing, sharpshooting, lockdown, as well as the glass cleaning. So whatever one you pick first, feel free to do so. But I'm going to go ahead and pick up spotted precision first. Then I'm going to go ahead and pick the defensive takeover second. It really comes down to what you like between the lockdown as well as the glass cleaning. In my preference, I truly feel like the lockdown is going to make a big difference, but also see the future takeover is one that I would consider. But as y'all can see, we have made the 3 and D point. With this build, we get all of the animations in the game. We can shoot, and on top of all that, we maintain elite defense, y'all. This is easily one of the best, if not the best, point guard build in the game. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at some of the stats once you max this build out and get boost. So we are essentially going to have a 99 driving layup as well as the driving dunk. Post control is going to be in the high 80s. Mid-range and the three-pointer as well as the free throw will all hit the 90s. Then when it comes to the speed with ball, this is going to be in the high 90s as well. We will be getting the pro dribble moves. And then when it comes to the defense, we will have a 99 perimeter defense as well as a 99 block and a 99 defensive rebound. And on top of all that, we get a +8 to all of our physicals, y'all. So that's going to make a huge difference when it comes to this build. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the badge setup now. So when it comes to the playmaking first, we got 11 badges to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and put on the first badge of gold quick first step. From here, I'm going to go with handles for days on Hall of Fame. And another one that I really like is going to be space creator on Hall of Fame. Now, it really comes down to what you like in your preference, but downhill is going to be another badge. With my preference, I'm telling you, special delivery is going to make a huge difference, especially for you and your teammates. Now let's go ahead and get into the shooting. We actually got 13 badges that we're going to be able to work with. So what you want to go ahead and do is first put on Hot Zone Hunter on gold. Another one that I really like is going to be catch and shoot, but you could go ahead and put this on silver. From there, deep threes is one that you can consider if you want to go ahead and put it on, but you necessarily do not need to. I really like clutch shooter as well as corner specialist for sure. From there, I'm going to go with green machine. Now, you could go with the Hall of Fame badge for the last one if you want to. I'm leaving on bronze deep threes just in case as a preference if you want to keep it on. Now, a badge that I feel like a lot of people sleep on is going to be Fade Ace. Especially with a high post control game, you can definitely consider that badge. Blinders would be more safe. Let's go ahead and get into the finishing now. We got 16 badges to work with. The first one that I would highly consider, of course, the most obvious one is going to be Posterizer on Hall of Fame. From here, you can choose between Heat Seeker or Highlight Film. With my preference, I'm telling you right now, Heat Seeker is going to be the better overall badge. Now, when it comes to the last 8 badges, you could spread the wealth or you could go ahead and put on just straight Hall of Fame badges. I'm going to go with Silver Lob City Finisher as well as Hall of Fame Slithery Finisher. Now, you could go with Silver Acrobat. I feel like that's a really good badge too. Let's go ahead and get into the defense now. 24 badges to work with. So the first one that I'm going to go ahead and put on is going to be Intimidator on Hall of Fame. Another one that I really like is going to be Clamps on Hall of Fame as well. Now, you cannot forget about Rim Protector. That is 3 Hall of Fame badges off the bat. Now, with the last 12, it really comes down to what you want to do. I feel like Silver Chase Down Artist makes a huge difference. Another one that I like is going to be Rebound Chaser, of course, with that 99 rebounding. Going to make a huge difference. With the last 6, I would consider between Defensive Leader or even Heart Crusher. I feel like you could even take off Chase Down Artist just to get an extra Hall of Fame badge. Clutch Defender is one that I really like. Another one that you can even consider is going to be Heart Crusher, like I said before. But if you already have on Defensive Leader, I feel like you could take it off and put on Pox. It really comes down to your preference, but that's a setup we're going with: 16, 13, 11, and 24. Thank y'all so much if you made it all the way through. I truly appreciate it. I got another video coming at y'all tomorrow, man. But with all that being said, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new to the Rich Gang family, as well as any new supporters. I would appreciate it if y'all went ahead and ran out those likes. It helps me out so much. Go ahead and share this banger with your family and friends. And last but not least, turn on post notice so y'all can catch me in tomorrow's banger as well. Man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.